Naval Ravikant has said inspiration is perishable, so act on it immediately. And what he means is those fleeting moments of excitement where you have an idea, a concept, those must be cashed in. They must come to life, otherwise they're gone before they had a chance to change anything. See, what we don't really talk about much is that inspiration is only as valuable as one's willingness to act upon it. Just like a seed without the right nutrients can't grow, or a wheel is only useful once it touches the ground. It's the world able to act upon these objects that makes them powerful instruments. And so with that inspiration, that momentary jolt you've captured, the faster you act upon it, the more likely something comes of it. Inspiration transforms into action, which creates momentum and then more inspiration. And so goes the powerful cycle we must seek to create. Inspiration to action, to inspiration to action. I talk all the time about the myth of perfection. The idea that the perfect moment is out there, that someone or something will give you permission. But no, that green light is self-created. And when it arrives, don't waste it. It's not about reaching a mountaintop right away. You don't need to create the perfect solution right now. But give yourself a chance to see those wheels hit the road. Allow that cycle of inspiration and action to propel you forward. Because so much of life comes down to what you did when that fleeting moment arrived, what you turned it into if you gave it life. A lot of people out there think that the secret to life is having the right answers. But I'm here to tell you, it's the courage, the willingness, the strength to move forward before you have them. To take that little bit of inspiration into the sunset. Let it mean something. Let it be a beginning. So when you look back years from now, you'll see that single decision to act meant so much more than what it felt in the moment. That single step you courageously took was everything. There's a point for everybody where, life tells you directly or indirectly that it's time to level up, right? And I think that's a good thing. Life is a staircase where, the climb to that next step is uncomfortable. But then you get there and things sort of normalize. And in your soul, it's time to take that next step, right? Step up again. And that step is going to be just as uncomfortable as the one before. It's going to be different. It's going to be bigger. You'll have evolved. But change is always uncomfortable. And that's just the way it works. And I want to share with you something that a friend of mine, Evan, told me. And it helped me see that process differently. He was talking to me specifically in terms of being in front of a camera, which will make sense when you hear the metaphor, but I think it's applicable to, everything. Any situation. I was talking about that need, that feeling, that want to take the next step. And very basic question, what do you want to do? And I wasn't exactly sure how I saw things evolving, right? And so the metaphor was, well, you've been Mickey Mouse for so long that you've been sort of neglecting the Walt Disney side of things. And maybe that's intentional. Maybe that's how it should be. Maybe someone else should be Walt Disney. Maybe you should be Walt Disney and Mickey less. Like however you want to, you can bend that and reshape it a million ways. But the idea was, when you are so focused on being in front of a camera, telling your story, writing, creating, sometimes you lose sight of where the ship is going. And I just thought that was such a powerful metaphor. If it makes you think, and I've spent weeks thinking about it, it's the right message. It's what you need to hear. And I've been talking to people who are, doing things that have nothing to do with speaking or content creation, anything like that. And when they talk about their situation, it's funny, I find myself relaying the same message, because it's like, you are so in the weeds of your day-to-day, doing things that, are important, but they're smaller details. They're more technical things. They're more day-to-day operational things that you don't know where that metaphorical ship is sailing. And it's because you haven't been able to step back and really think about it. Really assess where you're going and why and why it matters to you. And so one of the answers that I've found, it's a two-part answer. It's finding a way, and this is not rocket science, but it's sort of step one, to take the smaller things and get them off of your plate. But the other thing is to make intentional time to just think, to really reflect on life and where you're going, and understand, like really try to deeply understand where you are now, where you want to be, and how you can bridge that. That's a powerful thing to be able to comprehend, and it's very easy. When I talk about this, the thing that drives me crazy is it feels so obvious and feels so intuitive. I could have spent another 2 years neglecting that, right? You just get so caught up doing what you do in the day-to-day, right? Falling behind, catching up, managing the pieces, moving the widgets around, trying to stay afloat, that you don't have time to ask the big picture question. And so that's what this is all about. It's, are you so busy being Mickey Mouse in your life that the Walt Disney side of things is being neglected, needs some love, needs some vision and some understanding? And if that's the case, beautiful, because now you're thinking about it, now the wheels are in motion, and you can point that ship where you need it to go.